So the topics that I've been given today is LAN, WAN and MAN. There are three types of networks: LAN, WAN and MAN. LAN stands for local area network, MAN stands for metropolitan area network, and WAN stands for wide area network. So the question is, what is LAN and what technology is used in LAN? LAN is a small network used in houses, offices, a building, or it could be a university. LAN enables computers and workstations across the network to share data across each other. A LAN consists of certain hardware, which includes switches, cables, access points, routers, which enable the devices to connect to the server, and obviously other LANs. LAN used to be based on bus topology, but nowadays it's based on star topology. In a bus topology, data is transferred with baseband data signals or analog signals. We have two options. The bus connect devices and form a tree-like structure network, you can say. Star topology is based on a hub which acts as a central device which connects all other devices and workstations across that particular LAN. Star topology is also a shared network, so if data is shared, everyone gets the access to the data. Medium access control protocols are also used, which allows the workstation to have the data transported on the LAN, which enable the workstation to transport the data, deliver the data onto the LANs. What are switches? Switch is a device with filters and forward networking packets between devices. It can allow to forward a specific message to a host. It also manages the traffic coming through the switches and even coming in the switches. Another type of switch is full duplex switch, which are used in networks which allow different data to be shared at the same time, without collisions between the different data. This example shows a local area network. As you can see, we have routers which are connecting to a server and the internet, and the computers, the workstation, which have many computers as a part of it. They're connected to the switches, which are connected to the router, and that's how a network is formed. You can even see that there's a phone in there. The phone connects to the network wirelessly through the router, and is part of the network. So we have the most popular type of technology used in LAN, which is the Ethernet. It allows speeds up to 40 gigabytes per second. That's the transfer rate of the data. The cables being used in the internet are Cat 5 or Cat 6. And basically, the cables are called the Ethernet cables. Wireless Ethernet. A wireless LAN also exists, which uses wireless Ethernet. This allows the devices in the network to communicate without Ethernet cables. They transfer data as packets through the air, and routers make this possible. The main advantage is no use of cables. However, they have lesser security as compared to the Ethernet cables. This is an example of a LAN, a local area network, but this is a wireless Ethernet connection, like wireless LAN connection, wireless local area network without the use of LANs. And you can see the laptop and the mobiles are connected to the bottom, the router, which is part of a network, a wireless network. The OSI model allows communication between computers in a network. It is based on several layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. So these layers comes with specific protocols that are used on the layers. So, for example, if we take the physical layer, the physical layer uses the physical layers. The physical layer basically uses the Ethernet, the IEEE 802.11 protocol, and if we go to the data link layer, it uses triple P and Ethernet. Then if we go to the network layer, it uses IP Internet Protocol, ARP, IPsec. For the transport layer, it uses TCP and UDP as well. For the session layer, we have WPTP, and presentation layer uses SSL, and the application layer, which is the last layer, it uses HTTP, FTP, DNS, SNMP, and even Telnet. This is the several layer model. It shows what are the functions of the layers. As you can see, physical layer transmit raw bit streams over the physical medium. Data link layer defines the format of data on the network. Network layer is basically decides which physical path the data will take and be delivered. Transport layer basically is responsible for transmitting the data using transmission protocol, which is obviously TCP and UDP. That shall maintain connections and is responsible for controlling host and sessions. Presentation layer ensures that data is a usable format and where data encryption occurs. Application layer is basically when the consumer or the user gets the result displayed over his computer, and where the application can access the data. Advantages and disadvantages of LAN. Some of the main advantages are that LAN comes with good security and also high speed transfers, and another one would be sharing of resources between workstations. So you see the workstations across the LAN, they can share the resources, softwares, data, basically anything across the network with whomever they want. Some of the disadvantages would be the maintenance could be quite costly and hectic. and so is the cost of the hardware. And you see, as the local area network gets bigger, the more bigger it is, the more tougher it is to maintain the network. Metropolitan Area Network. MAN covers a larger area of up to 50 kilometers from university computers to a whole city. They are used to connect different cities together. They are made of internet. They are made of interconnected LANs. Like MANs are basically LANs, but multiple LANs make up a MAN. Most of the metropolitan area network uses fiber optic cables. They're based on fiber optic cables. The hardware is also same as LANs, as MANs are basically made up of LANs. They have really high transfer speeds, and they're based on ring topology, or you could say they're based on mesh topology. That's what they're based on. This is an example of MAN. As you can see, multiple LANs connect to a MAN. So as you can see, MAN is made up of LANs. Multiple LANs gather to make a MAN. Types of metropolitan area networks. We have SONET, which stands for Synchronous Optical Network. The main characteristics of SONET is the network formed in rings. So SONET basically forms a network in rings-like structure, multiple rings. It is based on multiplexing. The bandwidth allocations are rigid, like they have limited and restricted bandwidth limits and allocations. Then we have the other example, which is Ethernet. Ethernet has quite low cost compared to SONET. They have efficient bandwidth allocations, such as they start from 10 MB, 50 MB, and 100 MB, and they go up. So the data is quite efficiently, transferred. The bandwidth is quite efficient. Unlike SONET, they don't have T1 circuits, which enables them to have the efficient bandwidth. And with the help of multiplexing techniques that LANs normally do, they also get better bandwidth. This is an example of SONET. As you can see, there are ring-like structures across the MANs. And yeah, so next up we have Metro Ethernet, the most advanced type of MAN that is used in present time. So it basically is a connection between two locations. Like a connection is established between two locations is on point-to-point connection. For example, we have a MAN, and from there a point comes out and it connects to two businesses. It is fairly easy and convenient to connect to other businesses. As you can see in this example. So as you can see, in this example, there's a headquarters, then there's the MAN, which from there 2 points come out. They connect with 2 offices, 2 branches. So we have different types of structures. We have circuit switch network, we have packet switch network, and basically circuit switch network is a dedicated circuit is established between the sender and the receiver. The connection stays active unless either the sender or receiver cancel it. The connection stays established. Then as you can see that we have the packet switch network. In packet switch network, the data is transferred as packets. There are two types of packets switching. One is connectionless and the other is connection oriented. So with the connectionless service, we doesn't require a connection to be established before sending any packets, and the packets are sent without any order. They don't have any order. So the connection oriented requires a connection to be established between the sender and the receiver. And once the connection is established, the packets are sent. And the packets are sent in order. They're not orderless like connectionless. So next we have the wide area network. Wide area network is a telecommunication network that extends over larger areas. It has a centralized infrastructure. The data is backed up on online servers, so you don't have to worry about your data being lost or anything. The data is quite secure and is secured across the servers. The wide area network offers much better security than LAN and MAN, as it is quite larger and has quite advanced encryption in it. The bandwidth allocations can be customized. For example, if there is a need of 10 Mbps or 20 Mbps, it can be easy to manage with WANs. WANs basically can be customized according to the needs of bandwidth that are required. So that's basically it for today, and I hope you like the presentation. Thank you, and this would be it for today.